Namaskar. Welcome to Dr. Rao's Temple of Learning. This is your YouTube channel, Spiritual Management Course. Today we are discussing part 2, that is concluding part of the small independent discourse entitled as A Conceptual Difference Between Myself and My Body. Yes, this is Dr. A.P. Rao, Vice President, Telecom Division, HPLI Private Limited, MIDC Ranjangaon, Pune, Maharashtra, India. So, welcome to the concluding part of this small independent discourse. The summary of part 1 reads as: the science says energy can be converted in any form but cannot be created or destroyed. My spiritual management approach says all physical appearances around us appears as true because of energy of consciousness field which is omnipresent in the space. The consciousness has to be seen or developed in the direction of science as well as in the direction of spirituality, which are the two approaches as Western science and Eastern mythology. We have seen in part 1 an experiment of science to show formation of body and entrance of soul in the body analogous to the new birth taking place. And now in the concluding part, there are two words, mortal and immortal. Yourself is soul, that is Chetna. Your body is material, that is Jad. And the combination of the two is exactly you. Myself is immortal while my body is mortal. A Sanskrit shlok says the meaning in Hindi is जड़ हमारा शरीर है जो नश्वर है, चेतना हमारी आत्मा है जो शाश्वत है, और ये शरीर जड़ चेतन के संयोग से बना है. Sometimes we question ourselves that what for we are born, how have we born. The science has got some answers for how, but what for one is born has no answer with present day science. Most difficult cleaning of brain is to learn the difference between myself and my body. My course of spiritual management says that the very purpose of this exercise is to learn elevating the consciousness for any individual. And this enhancement can be carried out only through the human body. When the sense of differentiating between myself and the my body is developed, one can observe the external happenings as an observer, that is third person, even for one's own body. And then only the understanding of consciousness is possible. So, observing the scientific Millikan's oil drop experiment in the first part, we can say that the soul or atma or energy is available around, which matter is condensed in mother's form in specific environment, and a new life begins, that is birth. Now the question may be raised that why should we consider that myself is energy or soul and not the body? In simple way, let us ask ourselves, what do we want? The answer shall come as happiness in general. If we want happiness, why do we run behind name, fame, and money? Whether they give us permanent happiness? The answer would come as no, since everything is for certain time only. Actually, happiness is made related to the social status and a false sense of security. Even if we consider it as true, whether the rich and popular people are always happy, the answer would again come as no. It means such people may have achieved satisfaction and happiness for a time being, but not achieved the complete satisfaction and permanent happiness. Actually, the truth is, everything in life starts with the fear of death and ends with the death of the body. Therefore, if we realize that myself and my body are different entities, we can understand meaning of spiritual management. So, in the external physical world, we have to reach to obtain best physical facilities for development to make life smooth and easy. And since only this does not move us to permanent happiness, we require to search our internal world. In internal world, soul is to be seen separately from the body to understand the meaning of merger of our energy packet with the whole cosmos energy. To achieve this, the discussion of myself and my body is needed. The fact is, the internal and external both developments are equally important in the world. The two appears to be enemy in Eastern and Western culture. East says that external development are useless, while West says if we don't observe physically, why and what to talk about internal development? Both appears to be true. But because of these attitudes in general, the East has remained economically poor and the West has become rich but without internal peace. If you observe carefully, it seems that both these views are correct and complete. The two are required to be joined and to be seen as a part of one and the same process. Generating more money and utilizing physical facilities cannot be of second order or lower level and should not be said as immaterial. Therefore, the mid and balanced way is to be searched and followed by Eastern and Western societies as well. But if someone attach himself with external world only, the very joy of life is necessarily lost, because it's a human nature that as soon as one article is obtained, the wish moves to the other. Thus, the life becomes endless blind race in which there are no point where there is a satisfaction. This may be the reason why the emotions have lost from the life of the waste. On the other hand, to show unimportance of physical matter, the East remained economically poor. Now, their whole energy is being consumed to earn bread and butter to fight against poverty. So, the new way may be to understand the difference between myself and my body, that is, the difference between physical body and conscious soul. This may provide proper balance of external and internal world so as to obtain external worldly comfort as well as internal peace. If it is understood properly in terms of religious science, we shall religiously work for external development and simultaneously shall also try to achieve the true meaning of permanent happiness through internal development. So, as a concluding remark, we may say that so we require to learn neither to attach ourselves with materialistic world nor to neglect it. This combined approach can only lead us to achieve the greater goals of life. And this is what my spiritual management approach teaches us. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I finish this 28th discourse with the shlok from Veda. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Means it appears you can take as much as you want from the nature and still you will be left with as much. Thank you very much.